Hey guys, I wanted to give this to you yesterday, but here we go. This all comes from my favorite sports psychologist. His name is Bob Rotella. He's worked with a lot of PGA Tour professionals, and it is essential that you remember these things. I will type these rules up that he's made, and I'm gonna elaborate on them right now. So, first things first. Remember, there's no such thing as muscle memory. Your muscles don't have the ability to remember anything. Memory is living in your head. No matter how long you practice your golf swing or how skilled you become, your muscles alone can't execute it when you need it on the golf course. The muscles in the rest of your body are controlled by your mind. Unless your mind is working well when you're playing, your muscles are going to, well, not work well. If your head's filled with these bad thoughts, your scorecard's going to look bad too. Having control of your mind will separate you from your competition. Definitely during this tryout situation. Every golfer has a potential to be much better than he is, and using your mind is the only way you can improve. You'll never know if you have the ability to be the best player on the team unless you commit yourself to developing physically your golf swing and these mental skills. Ready? Rule number 1. Play to play great. Do not play not to play poorly. Do not play to try not to play bad. There's a really clean line between playing great and playing reckless. Players sometimes hit driver off every tee, even if they don't need it. They fire at flags that they don't really have any business aiming at because they're convinced that that's what playing great is all about. Golfers who are playing to play great love a great drive, love smashing the drive down the fairway more than they fear the rough or hazards or trees. They like making putts more than they care about three putting. They love chipping it in more than they hate not getting up and down. They do have a conservative strategy for certain holes, though. It's what permits them to make confident or even cocky swing. When the moment's right and you got the club in your hand that you know goes that distance, you can take dead aim at the hole, but only when the moment is right. Players who play to play great understand that good is the enemy of great. When they get concerned about not being bad, they don't free themselves up enough. They play to win. They play to win. Every golfer has the potential to be much better than he is, and using your mind is essential. If you do this, you can control your destiny as a golfer. I have to have you guys understand this. Ready? Rule number 2. Love the challenge of the day, whatever it may be. Golf is a game of mistakes, of misses, unpredictable fortune. If it weren't, no one would ever miss a fairway, a green, or a putt. On top of that, there would never be a sudden gust of wind, no bad bounces, no imperfect turf. Every ball would go exactly where you want it to go, and winning a score in a golf tournament would be like 50 strokes per round. If you love golf, and you truly love it, you must love the fact that no one shoots 50. Nobody birdies every hole. It's an inherently imperfect game. You cannot perfect this game. Nick Faldo said it once during a PGA Tour broadcast. To truly love the game, you have to love its inherent imperfectibility. And golfers who understand and love this game accept that rather than fight it. They understand that the essence of this game is reacting well to the mistakes and misfortunes. You can separate yourself from your competition, not by perfecting your game, but by constantly striving to improve and constantly forgiving yourself for these mistakes and misfortunes. You can only control the shots that are in front of you. You cannot, as soon as you make impact with a golf ball, control where that ball is going to go. You have to understand this. Rule number 3, get out of results and get into process. That's a goal that Bob Rotella talks about all the time. It's called a process goal. It comes from patiently and persistently doing the same things, the right things, over and over and over. Process goals are the to-do list of players striving for excellence. So, for instance, if you follow these process goals for one round, you'll give yourself the best chance to find out how well you can play. Number 1, out of these process goals, I will trust myself and my swing on every shot. I don't have control of where the ball goes. I do have control of whether I trust myself. 2, I will execute the same pre-shot routine that I have built for myself on every single shot. Number 3, I will stay in the present. I will stay in the present. I won't speculate in the middle of my round what my score will be, if I'm going to go way under par, if I'll win the tournament. I'll stop worrying about breaking 100, 90, 80, or 70. I won't critique or analyze the shots I've taken. I will focus on each shot as it comes, and that'll be the only shot I care about. The shot I stand over is life or death. That's it. Next one. I will refuse to allow anything that happens on the golf course today to bother me or upset me. I will accept these bad breaks and mistakes and be tough in the adversity. I'm going to be in a good mood, a great state of mind for the entire round today. I will enjoy playing. Next one. I will trust my instincts. I will be decisive. I will be committed. Next. I will get looser and freer and more confident as the round goes on, resisting the urge to get tighter, more careful, and doubtful. Think about it. Truthfully, on the last hole today, we should be playing better than we played on the first. We've been practicing all day. I'm getting better each and every shot. Next rule. I will love my putt. I will love my putter. I will love my wedge. Next rule. I will let it go to my target on every shot. Focus on your target. Next, I will maintain a constant, ideal level of intensity on every shot. Next rule, you've heard it already, I will play to play great. You need to take an honest inventory of your game. Maybe your ball striking needs improvement. Maybe it's chipping, maybe it's bunker play, maybe it's putting, or maybe it's something in your middle game. You got to stay in the present. No one's perfect in any of these areas, but give yourself an inventory in the form of a report card. If you're giving yourself B's and A's in most aspects of the game and D's in one, you know how to allot your time and energy. Practice on these low points and twice as hard as you continue to practice on your strong points. Don't drop the strong points either. You still need to practice on your strong points in the game, but do not drop the ball and fail to practice the areas you don't feel comfortable with. All right, back to these 10 rules. Next rule, number 5. Play with a feeling that the outcome doesn't matter is always preferable to caring too much. I mean, that goes along with pretty much everything, the other rules that I've already said. Stay in the present. Play the shot at hand until you run out of holes. Then let them add up. Stay in the present. Rule 6. Believe fully in yourself so you can stay freely. It's just like the definition of confidence. Confident golfers think about what they want to happen on the course. Golfers who don't have the confidence think about the things they don't want to happen. That's what confidence is. It's not arrogance. It's not experience. It's simply thinking about the things you want to happen on the golf course. See the shot. Plan out the shot. Use your pre-shot routine. Make it happen. Swing confident. Swing cocky. Rule 7, see where you want the ball to go before every shot. I've said it a million times. Focus on the tiniest detail you can focus on. On a tee shot, aiming at the fairway is a lazy target. Pick the side of the fairway you want to land the ball on, then look at a tree line. Pick out one pine cone or one little opening in those tree branches that you can recognize. Focus on that target. Think only of that target. Swing to the target. Even when you're standing over the ball, and you're looking at the ball, ready to hit the shot, think of that target. You will shrink your misses. We're not going to hit everything perfect, but the more focused we are on that target, the more likely we will send the ball in that direction. Rule number 8, be decisive, committed, and clear. Trust is a must. When we hit a ball in competition, we want as much as possible to govern our bodies with our subconscious mind. That's because in all sports, the human body works most effectively when our conscious mind is shut off. It's an instinct, intuition, or the right side of the brain if you're more comfortable with those concepts, if you're more comfortable with those than you are with the notion of the subconscious. But whatever you call it, you want it in control when you play golf. You want to swing thinking only of your target. To go unconscious, play instinctively, intuitively, you must trust your swing. You must believe that it will work. It's easy to preach, it's harder to practice. Just do it. Swing unconsciously. Trust it. If you feel the need to fix your mechanics, wait till after your round and go to the range to do it. Rule number 9, be your own best friend. So it's more important. You hear a lot of times, I hear it a lot of times from my students, anybody who's playing competition, they'll be like, Josh, I've got butterflies. And Bob Rotella's response, my response is great. And I say that because butterflies, nervousness, the feeling in your stomach are to be feared. Nope, they're not. They should be welcomed. You don't get butterflies before a tournament because you don't care about it. You get butterflies when you put yourself in position to realize a dream. The only time butterflies become harmful is when we let our fear of them control us. If you panic because of these butterflies, you will set off a very strong fight or flight physical response in your body. It's a gush of hormones that turn the butterflies into demons and your body into just a shaking mess. Learn to love the butterflies, or at least to handle them. Me personally, taking slow, deep breaths, visualizing the shot, and adding more focus on my pre-shot routine, adding extreme focus on the tiniest of targets. The more I'm focused on my target, hitting the ball exactly where I want it to go, the more the butterflies can actually translate into real energy. I may hit the ball farther when there's butterflies. I mean, it would make sense that adrenaline would boost my swing speed / ball speed. You never know. But again, we can't think about don't hit the bunker in the trees. Or don't hit the bunker in the trees. Don't hit the ball in the trees. Don't hit that bunker on the side of the fairway. Don't hit the water. If you say those words, you're going to send the ball that direction. If you say don't miss this ball, you're probably going to miss it. You have to think about your small targets, swing confidently, cocky, and decisively. All right? Rule 10, love your wedge, love your putter. That's what makes the difference. That's the best players in the world. The difference between the pros and the amateurs are pros, when they see the hole from off the green, if they can see the darkness of that cup from, 30, 40 yards, if they can see the hole, the actual hole, they're not aiming to hit it close. They're not trying to get the ball close so they have a short putt. If you can see the hole, you should be excited. You should be planning on holing it out. That is the difference between a pro and an amateur. When you get onto the green, you're not thinking, I hope I get this ball close to the hole. I hope I leave it close enough to two-putt. That fear of free putting will prevent you from ever making that first putt. If you see the putt, if you see the hole, if you've taken the time to walk your line, taking the time to aim your ball, to align yourself, focus on making the putt. Whatever length your first putt is, don't worry about how long your second putt is going to be. They're planning, the best players are planning to make the first one. Just do it. Make the putts. There you go. 10 rules. Play to play great.